Hey, what's up, guys? It's xSODT here, and today I'm bringing you a commentary. Um, just me playing some COD 4, but today I'm gonna talk about middle school and my personal experience with it, and just everything pretty much about it. But before I get into that, many people think the mini edits I've done, which is Oblivion, Apathy, and Avity. That's not my gameplay. That's actually DMG Dubsy's gameplay. So if you'd like to check his channel out, that'd be amazing. He has a bunch of montages, editing contests, so that's where I got the clips from. And just basically decided to start editing since I got bored. But I uploaded this gameplay in the background to show, I'm not really bad of a sniper myself, so hopefully you'll enjoy the gameplay and the topic. And the reason I decided to do this topic about middle school is because a lot of commentators have been talking about high school and all that, so I thought I'd try to, kind of mix it up a little bit and talk about middle school. So let's start off with what middle school actually is. Middle school is basically sixth, seventh, and eighth grade for United States, most schools. I don't know what they call it in England or whatever, but it's basically from when you're, I believe, 12 to 14, maybe 11 to 14. But basically, middle school is where you put a bunch of immature kids to mature, and hopefully, by the time they get to high school, they'll know how to grow up and just, you know how to get through school. Middle school is basically preparation for high school with a bunch of kids who try to be what they aren't. So, anyways, I started middle school in fifth grade actually because I was in Germany at the time because my dad is in the military. So, at fifth grade, I actually started middle school. And basically, it kind of sucked since I'm basically like compared to everybody else, I'm like 2 feet tall. Everybody's just a giant. I have no idea what I'm doing. And I actually got lost on a couple occasions because my middle school in Germany was a 3-story building, so there's 3 floors. And it wasn't that hard to get lost, so I got lost multiple occasions. So, yeah. On top of all that, I had to memorize my locker combo. I had to actually learn how lockers work. And plus, we got these really small box lockers that are like 2 feet tall and 1 feet wide, and probably even smaller than that. Something like that. They were just really small. And we were told that we couldn't go to our lockers more than twice a day. So basically, what you saw in the fifth grade hallways was a bunch of 2 feet midgets carrying around about 5 books with both hands about to fall down. Since we're all just we're carrying all our books, or else the teachers would yell at us for going to the lockers. And they said we couldn't go to our lockers more than twice a day because in high school they wouldn't let us go to our lockers more than twice a day, and they were just preparing us. Which the same thing happened in elementary school. Same, they wouldn't let us go to I don't know what they call them, kind of like lockers, but not exactly. We couldn't go to that more than once a day, and really, honestly, you can go to your locker as much as you want now in high school and middle school. I just think fifth grade was really retarded. And my math teacher was some Asian lady, and I really never learned anything in that class. I got a D in that class for like the first quarter, and then for like the whole class, I just started copying off the answers off the board. You'd correct your own paper, and I would just have to copy the answers onto my paper. And then sometimes we'd have to have other people correct their papers, so I'd just get a buddy, and yeah, we just basically correct each other's papers 100% since we were both failing, and nobody really learned anything The only time that didn't come work for out for me is at the test. I usually got C's on my test, but the teacher was horrible. I never learned anything from that, and that was it. And the other thing that sucked about this school was art and music was required, and I hate both very much. So, anyways, in sixth grade, it was the same school. Everything was pretty much the same, except fifth grade. Except for teachers were a little better. Except for one, my social studies teacher, which I really hated. She basically, I don't know. She was a really bad teacher. She didn't know what she was doing at all. And then I remember one time that I got after school detention for absolutely no reason because apparently I didn't turn something in. And then while she was there, after like half an hour of being there, she calls me up to her desk and says, is this your paper? And I say, yeah. And then she says I can leave. So I just sat there for 30 minutes and working on the paper that I was missing for no reason. Just wasted 30 minutes of my life because she made a retarded mistake in losing a paper. And so that kind of made me angry. And on top of that, that social studies teacher, she left for like half a semester to go on vacation. I have no idea where, but the whole time there was like a sub. We had like 5 different subs who were teaching our class, and when she came back, she's she was all surprised that we didn't know anything that was in her lesson plan because the sub didn't really know what to teach us. And then seventh grade, I was probably the worst year of my life, both school-wise and outside of school. So for seventh grade, I had to move to Colorado and live on the United States Air Force Academy because my dad is in the military. So that's where he got stationed. So we moved there, and basically before school, we had to take a test to see what math class I would be in, and I epically failed the Scantron. I felt like I was getting all the answers right. I felt really good about the test, and then when I came to the end of the test, I saw that there was 50 questions, and I only answered 44, and there were 6 chapters, and for each chapter there was a sample question. And I didn't answer the sample questions. I didn't think we'd had to. So basically, I ended up missing every single question on that. So I got put in the retard math class. But I'm not gonna lie, it's good and bad because in that math class, that's where I made my friends. They shall remain nameless. And yeah, so that's where I got my friends from math class, basically. Even though I didn't learn a single thing in that math class, since really I didn't learn anything from 7th to 6th grade. I learned everything from 5th grade. And, well, I don't really know where I learned my math. I guess I learned in 6th grade, because I didn't learn anything in 5th grade. So, and I didn't learn anything in 7th grade math, so I've been getting a lot of bad math teachers. And then in 7th grade, on top of I basically had no friends. I didn't have no friends, but I had like 2 friends that I didn't know very well. And I had this isolated locker, so my locker is basically so far away from everybody else's locker. It's like 30 lockers down in the middle of the hallway. So, yeah. And the process of getting that locker, the combo they gave me wouldn't even work, so I had to keep running back and forth to the office or whatever. They kept giving me all 8 combos to try on the locker. Since they changed the combo so kids don't open their old locker. Most of you guys should know that. And the lunch at this school, was absolutely horrible. It was basically like deep fried chicken, crappy pizza, like processed, like really bad food that just looked horrible. It was probably extremely bad for you, and I decided to start bagging my lunch. And that was pretty much it for seventh grade. Probably the worst year of my life. I absolutely hated it. And then for eighth grade, that was the most amazing school year I've ever been in. That was probably the most fun I've ever had in school. And basically, in eighth grade now I have all my friends. I got used to school, so it went by really fast. It felt like a quarter of seventh grade. Seventh grade was just really long, and it really sucked. But eighth grade, it went by really fast. And in eighth grade, I actually got two teachers who didn't hate their life. Because you think about it, in middle school, most people hate their life. The teachers, they hate the kids. So, and these two teachers, they were pretty cool. They were pretty young. They were about, one was around like 25. The other guy was like 32 or something. I don't know, around there. But yeah, I had two teachers. Oh, yeah. And I had, well, those were my two core teachers. And I had a math teacher, off team math, because I actually got into a decent math class after. Or, oops, I shouldn't have said that. I'll have to cut that out. Anyways, yeah, if you just heard me say that, I have to cut out the name. So, my math teachers, uh, yeah, he was basically an old guy, and he he was a biker, and he just hated kids. Nobody spoke one word in his class except when he was out of the room, and he would have us pick up trash. Like, if they're, I don't know how to explain it. He was just really, he sounded high like 99% of the time. Um, and my Spanish teacher was a white Spanish teacher, so, and really, I honestly didn't learn much from her. I probably learned more Spanish from hanging out with a couple of my Mexican friends on Xbox. So, my Spanish teacher basically spent probably about 50% of the class crying. I don't know why. But she would cry during class and have breakdowns. It was just retarded. And she would just whine about how we were lacking respect and everything. We didn't really care. But that's that. And at the end of the year, I'm pretty sure every school does this at 8th grade. They go on a class trip, and my school happens to take us to Elitch's, which is basically an amusement park or like a Six Flags. So the only thing really there was that was interesting was the Tower of Doom. It's basically one of those huge towers. I go like really high up, and then they drop you really fast. Yeah, so me and two of my other friends, we get on that because my other friends were too scared to go on it. So we went on. And there, I'm sitting in the chair all calmly and not even hanging on to the little the seat rails that go over you. And they have little handles. I didn't even hang on to that while we're going up, and then they're all screaming, "Oh, I'm gonna die! Oh my god! Ah, ah!" So we finally get up there, and one of my friends screams, "Don't look down!" So I look down, and then I got a really bad feeling. So then I yell at the top of my lungs, "So nice weather we're having!" And then immediately we drop down. I go for the handles because the adrenaline was really high. The feeling's just really weird going down on that. So I don't know, it was kind of weird. But at the same time, it was awesome. Eighth grade was the best. Overall, middle school really sucked, except for eighth grade. And yeah, tips for middle school. I would recommend if you don't feel like getting beat up, just shut up in class. Don't be retarded. Make friends because you're gonna need them. Loners do not make it through middle school very successfully. And don't shake people's hands or give high fives to random people you don't know. You'll probably end up having their ball sweat all over your hand, but other than that, um, I hope you guys enjoyed this commentary. It's kind of different from what I usually do. And I would really appreciate it if you'd like the video if you enjoyed it whatsoever, and subscribe if you enjoy my videos and want some more and be updated on them. And also, if you have any questions or comments or whatever, just leave a comment. I'll answer the comment or probably laugh. And other than that, until next time, guys, peace.